In this video, we're going to be talking about the 5 easy steps to the law of attraction and how my client used the same 5 steps to go from $20,000 a month to $50,000 a month in just 6 months' time. Stay tuned. Hey, Scott Haug here. Let's go through the 5 steps to following through on the law of attraction to bring in everything that you want. And we're going to sprinkle in how my exact client, Jeff, did the exact same steps that we're going to be talking about in the video today to get him from that $20,000 a month to that $50,000 a month. Now, it's not a magic pill. Remember that you're going to need to practice the 5 steps in order to see the actual results from it. That's what my client did. He practiced, he integrated, he followed through on everything. Step number 1 right away here is starting to get really clear on your desires. Sounds really simple, self-explanatory. But we need you to start having exact clarity on the things that you do want. Every day, I want you to write down a list. You're going to add to this list 10 things every day. So you're going to get to probably 100 things in just 10 days' time. But I want you to write down everything you could possibly think you could ever dream of wanting, big things and the small things. So you're going to write down on a list, I want a $50,000 per month income. I want a dream car, which is this, fill in the car. I want this dream home that has 5,000 square feet and 4-car garage, whatever you want. I also want this ideal person in my life. I also want to take a trip here. I also want to have this miracle happen in my life. I also want to go to retreats and meet famous leaders, thought leaders, and become friends with them. Write down every little thing that you could think of every day for 10 days straight. This is really crucial and really, really important because we need to understand where your mind is going to be focused when you're using the law of attraction. Because the law of attraction doesn't just give you what you want, it gives you what you're in vibrational sync with. So the first part is we need to know what vibration do you need to start syncing into to attract in your desires. So of course the first step, we got to know what that frequency is. And if we're not really intentional about it, we're not going to really understand exactly where we need to be. Now, a lot of people say, do I need to know exactly what I want? And can I be more general? Can I allow mixed generals in? Absolutely, you can. So for example, you could say even the term, I want to be wealthy. I want to be happy. I want to be in love. I want to be blank. Absolutely, you can have those statements, and it does help. But within those categories, I still want you to write some details. What is it in terms of wealth? Well, I want a net worth of $10 million by the age of blank. That's exact. I want to have this amount of money in my savings account. That's exact. I want to have this amount of money in my investment account. That's exact. I want to have 4 rental properties producing $10,000 a month income passively. That's exact, right? So again, you do have the generalities that are there, but I still want you to be very specific, and you're going to understand why as we go through the next steps. And by the way, make sure you stay until step number 5, no matter what, watching this whole video in, because I'm going to give you a little bit of some bonus techniques that are pretty advanced, and they're really going to help you in a lot of depth. You're going to love it. Step number 2 here is starting to understand, in my imagination, I have end scenes. I have things I need to see in my imagination to start in motion the activation of what I want, okay? So I want you to write down in step number 2 here, the end scenes that correspond with your desires. Sounds like a lot, it sounds complex, we're gonna simplify it. If I wrote down, I want $10,000 in 30 days is one of my short-term desires, and then I said I wanna have that net worth of $10 million within 10 years of time, I'm going to write on the opposite side of that, so you're making like a T-chart. On the opposite side, an end scene, you would see as if that thing were already done. So if you already had $10,000, you might see your checking account balance in your bank account when you log into your mobile banking or your online banking, it increased by $10,000. Simple, right? If you had a net worth of $10 million, maybe at the end of the year, you meet with your financial advisor or fiduciary. You sit down and say, what's my financial statements look like? And you go through all of your assets and your liabilities and all the different numbers, and it adds up to $10 million. So your end scene would I see a list of assets and liabilities, My assets are far greater than my liabilities, and I have $10 million net worth financially, right? You see what we're doing here? So we're matching our desires with an image, with something you would see in your life as if it was done. Seeing something that says, this is already in my life. I have it in my possession, right? Also within step number 2 is writing out the step number 1 desire in present tense. This is super critical. So the first step you wrote down probably, I want this. This is something I desire, right? Now we need to put in the present tense as if it's done. I now received blank. I now have blank. I now am blank. So writing everything down on the present tense will allow you to actually start embodying that frequency. Now, my client Jeff has been doing this. We started working together about 7 months ago now. And when he was starting to get into our programs, he had a lot of this kind of feeling of like, I need a process to work through. His life was a lot going on. Okay, he had personal life going on, and he has a job that allows him to travel. He travels many, many miles, many hours of the day in order to actually go to the services and the people he serves with his products, right? So he needs to drive a whole lot. He needs to do a whole lot of travel in order to actually sell the product that he has, right? So his day is different every day. It's not easy to stay consistent with a routine and a schedule, right? But this allowed him to start scheduling his desires and writing down the things he wants and starting to form the end scenes for what he wants. It only really takes 5 minutes a day. I think you have 5 minutes a day just like I do. We can find that 5 minutes. Jeff found the 5 minutes to start organizing his desires, putting them into end scenes. Really important. So even if you're in Jeff's situation, there's chaos going on. Maybe you have a large family, you got kids, you got a high demand job or a high demand business, you got stress, maybe you're not sleeping well. All these different things going in your life, this takes 5 minutes a day. Take this as 5 minutes of self-care time for you. It'll help out immensely. Step number 3 is the key. It's the golden key almost everybody misses. Step number 3 is about the feeling, the emotion. You see, this is a good thing to write down for yourself if you're taking notes. I hope you do during these videos so you really capture the essence and then you're able to apply it. Is feeling is my conscious awareness of the vibration I'm in. Feeling is my conscious awareness of the vibration I'm in. So if I really simplify that down, feeling equals vibration. Feeling equals vibration. And frequency is just a level of vibration. So if we say, I need to tap into a better vibration to activate the law of attraction. If I need to tap into that, I'm really saying, I need to tap into the right feeling to tap into the right vibration, to tap into the law of attraction. Does that make sense? So in step number 3 here, I want you to write down the corresponding feeling for everything you wrote down in step number 1 and step number 2. Let's go back to our examples. If my short-term goal was, I want to increase my bank balance by $10,000, and I put in the present tense statement as, I just now received $10,000 and my bank balance increased. That was my end scene. Remember, it's step number 2, so I'm going to see in my imagination. Maybe my step number 3 feeling would be, I feel relieved. I feel relieved I can use the $10,000 to pay the bills, to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, also store some of my savings, buy this thing I've been needing. I feel so relieved now that I have that. That's step number 3. Write down the corresponding feeling with the corresponding desire. Correspondence is a good word for this. What corresponds to that vibrational frequency? Remember, feeling equals vibration. So we want to know what vibration corresponds and links into this desire. So step number 3 is writing this down. Now, when I was working with Jeff, especially at the very start when we had a few calls together, he was telling me all about, he already was at actually $20,000 a month, consistently, pretty much. Sometimes it was lower, sometimes higher, due to the nature of his industry in the nature of being an entrepreneur. You're always going to have different amounts of money coming in. Sales are going to be up 1 month, medium 1 month, low 1 month, but on average, he was around $20,000 a month. Now, you might not be at that level, so you might not resonate with that. Believe me, I've worked with clients starting at $0 in income, and they were able to raise it from 0 to $20,000 a month. We'll talk more about those student success stories in future videos. I want to talk to you about Jeff today because even if you're not at $20,000 a month, or maybe you are, or maybe you're ahead of that, it still resonates. How you get from $1,000 a month to $20,000 a month, or how you get from $20,000 a month to $50,000 a month, or how you get from $50,000 a month to $83,000 a month, it's all about the same. Energetically, that is, okay? Just changes your identity, your desires, and all of this. So how Jeff is using his from going to $20,000 to $50,000 a month, you can use it as well, no matter where you're at. It's all about getting to the next level, up-leveling yourself. So what Jeff was starting to do was starting to have consistent micro practices every day. So what we would do in this case, in step number 3, we have our feeling, and what we do is actually close our eyes, think about the desire in step number 1, create the end scene from step number 2 in your imagination where everything is created, the screen of creation that is. Step number 3, feeling according to that end scene. And this is what I mentioned to Jeff, both in our program and when we're on some calls together, is use music, instrumental music, to help stimulate the emotion you're trying to get. At the same time, match your inner thoughts with the outcome. So you tell yourself, wow, I just now received $10,000. Oh my gosh, I now feel so relieved, right? Match your inner thoughts to the image. So for Jeff, he wanted to get to $50,000 a month. He did this in 6 months with me. 6 months. He over doubled his income. Okay? So what we want to start having is Jeff was starting to feel relieved, accomplished, successful, wealthy, abundant, and he would match his inner thoughts with the actual outcome. So, wow, I'm now at $50,000 a month. This is amazing. This is crazy. Wow, $50,000 a month feels so good and feels accomplishing. Wow, $50,000 a month is now allowing me to do all these amazing home projects with my wife, right? That's what one of his ambitions was, to finish some of his home projects he had delayed for many years. And now he's got the abundance. Him and his wife are creating great projects around the house to really make it their dream home. So he would do this on a micro basis, but remember, he's traveling almost all day. He's in a car for hours, okay? And actually, where he's from, I'm actually from around that area as well. I know that throughway, and it takes many hours to get from one side of the state to the other, right? But still, he took 5 minutes a day, sat down, wrote down his desire, wrote down his end scene, wrote down the corresponding feeling, and did this visualization practice. You do it for about 30 to 60 seconds per desire. Now, step number 4, just as important, is you let it go. You actually don't think about it. You don't affirm it. You don't sit there and say it out loud 100 times. What you actually do is visualize it and actually let it go. You take that piece of paper with all your desires and you file it away. Put it on your bookshelf. Put it in your closet. Put it in a journal and close the journal and put it on the shelf. What we're doing is letting and allowing. It's step number 4. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've had my students extremely successful with this, because you know what most people are going through in step number 4? They worry about it all day. Where's the money going to come from? I don't know how $10,000 is going to happen. What if my business doesn't work out? What if? Their mind is going nuts. That's how my mind was happening too. And that's how Jeff's was too a while back. It was constantly in, I'm not sure how this is going to happen. I need to figure it out. I need to know how it's going to happen. I need to know when it's going to happen. But in step number 4, you practice letting and allowing. It's like a vision board. Every day, maybe you look at your own vision board just once. Do you have to look at it all day and be just obsessed by looking at it? Absolutely not, because it doesn't work. Because you're sending out the absence. You're frustrated that it's not here yet. So in step number 4, What we do is let and allow the desire to come to us as we go towards it. That's how the law of attraction is working. It forms a bridge of incidents or a bridge of happenings between now and the receiving of what you want. So here's where you are now. You're like, oh my God, I just can't wait to get here, right? Or I'll even switch around here. So we're going higher, right? So you could just see a higher wavelength, next level. It's like, I want to be here. I desperately want to be here, okay? But I'm stuck at this vibrational plane. So what the law of attraction does, if you can successfully raise your vibration to correspond with this level, the bridge of events unfolds. Things show up. Random opportunities, random people at the right time, a better product for your business, the right guide and support, the right YouTube video, money coming in the mail, money gifted to you. There's so many scenarios. If you're in business, past prospects out of nowhere reach out to you and get started. People respond to a YouTube video or social media post you put out 2 years ago. The list is endless on how much the universe connects you between here and here as long as you rise to its corresponding level. So the bridge of happenings allows you to not worry. I don't care about how. I activated it, now I let it go. Very, very crucial. Jeff is a master at this. My client, who went from 20,000 a month to 50,000 a month, is a master at writing down what he wants, activating it, letting it go, and staying patient with the process. That's one of his skills, whether he knows it or not, is actually understanding he has a neutrality factor. He has patience with the process, and he's not desperately trying to get something. He knows things are going to work out. He expects it. How this happens is using this process over and over and over. It'll work for you as well. Big promise, I know, but we've had and worked with over 1,500 people through this exact process. And we've had over 2,000 financial wins because a lot of our clients get more than one win posted on our website and testimonials from this exact process. Some people are age 18 who use this process. Some people are age high 70s in this process. Some people are broke using the process successfully. Some people are very successful using this process successfully. No matter where you're at on the spectrum, you can go from where you are to where you want to go. It's really, really important. By the way, if you want any help with this, you want to get some more precise details on the modules and guidance and mentorship to actually get you to 50,000 a month or 100,000 a month, link in the description below. Make sure you check that out. Let's jump into step number 5 and then a bonus that you've stayed all the way through this video to receive as well. Step number 5 is really important. It's repeating this process every day for 21 different desires every day, and they're all different desires every day. You don't have to do that many as well if that sounds very daunting to you to start this out. Instead, I'd start simple. If this sounds a little more, it's a lot for you, start with 5 desires a day for 5 minutes a day. Write down your desire, form the end scene, find the frequency, the feeling, visualize it, let it go in step number 4. And then number 5, repeat for 5 desires every day, but they're different desires. Don't repeat them. One day you say, I now receive $10,000, and you do the process. Another day you say, my net worth is now $10 million, and you do the process. And you say, another day, I just now received a new client, do the process. Or I just received a new bonus in my job, do the process. Every day, switch it up with various different things and desires that you want. Again, what we're practicing here is vision board approach, where you set it and almost forget it. Yeah, you do look at your vision board maybe daily or once a week, sure. You can always look back at your desires that you filed away. But we're practicing letting and allowing mastery, just like Jeff is, to get you to 50,000 a month, well beyond, like Jeff is, right? Something that you really desire in your life, same idea. Letting and allowing mastery is crucial. Now the bonus that's really, really crucial, important, and going to brighten this whole 5 steps to law of attraction idea is the practicing of finding abundance evidence all day. So in step number 4, as a bonus, you're going to write down and actually look around you. I'm going to find abundance in my world every day. I'm going to find the abundance of white color. I'm going to find the abundance of sunlight. I'm going to find the abundance of animals and plants. I'm going to find the abundance of food. I'm going to find the abundance of water. I'm going to breathe in and feel the abundance of oxygen. That's the mastery of letting and allowing. And this is also what Jeff's doing as well. He's finding wealth opportunities. He's finding new partnerships. He's finding new sales. He's finding new ways of doing better business. So in step number 4, find more evidence of abundance. That's the secret sauce. So that you stay in a high frequency even after you don't have to think about your desires. That's all your objective is how can I stay at that corresponding frequency, right? Instead of here, I'm going here. How do I stay there? Find abundance evidence. Really crucial and really important. Again, if you want any help with this, link in the description below. We'll help you out. We've got a mentorship that could really help you set the tone to go to your next level. So take the 5 steps today. See it, feel it, believe it, act on it. If you have any intuition on how to act, doing something better in your business or better in your life, take the action. Action is a part of this process. So step number 4 could also say let and allow, but also find intuitive thoughts and ideas and take advantage of the action. Absolutely, action is a part of this process. Just act after these 5 steps. Allow yourself to be in the corresponding frequency and then act from there. Action is a part of it. So absolutely build your business or search for a better paying job or work better at what you do, working smarter, less hard, right? Allow yourself to experience the expansion of how great action feels when you're taking inspired, aligned action right after. I have a couple links also that are coming up here above the video on some videos I would absolutely suggest that will give you more details on actionable exercises you could do on a daily basis that will allow you to keep continuing these practices even after these 5 steps. If you have maybe 10 minutes in a day, do this 5-step law of attraction video, the 5 minutes, and then branch it with one of our other techniques for another 5 minutes. And I'll see you over in the next video real shortly.